nuclear. A few videos ago, I talked about the assets of the Sumiko Amethyst phono cartridge. The moving magnet, fairly reasonably priced, around $600, for a beautiful, high quality, very, very good sounding cartridge, in my opinion. I talked about how much I loved it. And I thought it would be of value to people who are shopping and considering expense and how much they want to spend on something, and whether, the scales and balances of quality and value. So someone like that, I am that person. So I thought I would share something with you that relates to a comparison between a cartridge that is twice as expensive as the Sumiko Amethyst. I'm talking about the Hana ML, which is moving coil, low output, retails for $1,200, although right now you can get it for a little bit under $1,100, pretty much across the board. That is the sale price at the moment. I had the opportunity to set up my table through Upscale Audio, a great store in my area, somewhat in my area, that set up my table with this Hana ML cartridge. I'm keeping my Sumiko Amethyst because I love it very much. It is safe in a box, ready to go, not disposing of that, keeping both for now, experimenting. They let me have the opportunity to audition this cartridge. So after adequate time, many records, break-in time, whether or not with successive hours, maybe the sound will change, but I have put in adequate break-in hours before making this video. So the ML being twice as expensive as the Amethyst, what am I hearing? Let's do a little recap of the Sumiko first. This is a very neutral sounding cartridge. When properly paired with equipment that gets the most from it, a good phono stage to make sure that you are maximizing the ability of your cartridge, the Sumiko Amethyst performs wonders. It's an exciting cartridge. It's an exciting sounding cartridge. The sound staging, the detail, the balance of highs and lows, nothing harsh about it, realistic to the intended mix, and yet it brings things to life in a way that is truly exciting. It is an accurate and neutral sounding cartridge, but somehow achieves an excitement level that I find to be what makes it magical. It is a well-balanced experience when listening to this cartridge on just about any type of music. It comes through. It does the job. The Hana ML has basically gotten pretty overwhelmingly great reviews that I've seen. I haven't seen any bad reviews of this cartridge. I thought it would be a good comparison because it's a moving coil, it's low output. The Sumiko Amethyst is a low output moving magnet, although if it was in the realm of moving coil, it would be considered a high output because it's still at 2.5 millivolts. It's low, but not as low as the ML. The low output is significantly lower in millivolts. So the fact that they're so different in terms of their specification and price, I thought it was an excellent A and B comparison to see what kind of value are you really getting. So I did enjoy the ML. I have enjoyed it very much. My first impression the first time that I heard it, after listening to the Sumiko Amethyst for 2 years and really having that sound in my head and feeling very connected to that particular sound signature, and then hearing the ML for the first time, the first record I put on, I heard very similar delivery of sound. It was very similar. It was not overwhelmingly better. It was a little bit different, but also very neutral in character. Sound staging was a little bit different. The way that it organized the instrumentation, the way it put things together, a little bit different, but comparable. Not better, not worse. Comparable. A different flavor, but not a better flavor. So these two cartridges are very similar, yet very, very different. In price, in construction, moving magnet, moving coil, output, all different. Yet the resulting sonic quality, very similar. So for half the price, the Sumiko Amethyst is competing successfully with the twice as expensive Hana ML. This is what I'm hearing. This is my opinion. I do believe that if you're in the market for an excellent cartridge and you can't spend $1,100, which is kind of very expensive for most people, including myself, to spend that kind of money on a cartridge, you should have peace that if you can spend the $6 on the Amethyst, you're getting excellent value all the way down the line. The Hana ML is an excellent cartridge as well. I love it. I think it sounds terrific. There are, I would say, in the high end, maybe a little bit more detail, but it sounds a little bit harsher to me. It's not quite as smooth in the high end as the Amethyst. The Amethyst is a very warm sounding cartridge. The Hana ML, maybe with more and more hours, it might warm up a little bit. The low end frequencies, I'd say, are very similar. The bass, the sound of the bass, very similar between the two cartridges. Played at very low volume. Both cartridges are still a pleasure. You don't have to crank your stereo system to enjoy either one of these. But the purpose here, I wanted to illustrate the still great value you can get from a moving magnet cartridge that can compete with a moving coil of a higher level price tag. So that is what my conclusion is. Both of these cartridges are excellent. I think the ML is a fine sounding cartridge. I will continue to enjoy it, but I will not give up on the Amethyst because the Amethyst is very much compatible to my ears. So that is what I wanted to say. I hope this is valuable to those of you who are trying to figure out the puzzle of what's going to make your ears happy when it comes to listening to a variety of music. The Amethyst and the Hana ML, you can't go wrong with either of these choices. But if you have a certain amount of money you can spend and you can't afford the more expensive, you should be just as happy with a Sumiko Amethyst. That is what I want to have to say today. That is what I have to say today. And I hope that you are all well. Thank you for listening, and bye-bye.